All right, let's get started. Did you know that the predicted text feature we love to use on a daily basis actually originated from the Chinese typewriter? I would like to unveil why this claim is true by talking about the intricacy of the Chinese language, its effects on the Chinese typewriter design, and the predicted text feature in Chinese typewriter and Chinese keyboarding software, English-like. As the Chinese language is one of the non-alphabetic language in the world. A character can mean a word, or or a pair of characters can indicate a word. Each character is consists of one radical, or a component of the character is also consists of one or more strokes. Now, next, let's compare the difference between traditional and simplified Chinese language. The traditional one has more components, and its components it consists of more strokes. And simplified is the reformed version of the traditional, which has less strokes for streamlining the character constructions and make them easier to learn. Um, and then next talk about the oldest characters comparing to the other two. The oldest character actually modeled after real world object as shown in the picture. A circle with a dot actually represent the sun. Three triangle represent the mountains, and a horse shape actually represents a horse pictorially. And then next, let's talk about a system that we use called the pinyin system for pronunciation and memorization reasoning. In English, you have a combination of Roman letters. Chinese is not alphabetic. How do we memorize a Chinese character? By using pinyin, which is a romanized version of the English. As you can see at the bottom of the slide, there's the pinyin English typewriter. Before we talk about the Chinese typewriter, let's look at the English typewriter first. English typewriter has a simple design that has only 26 alphabets keys with special characters like the character return key. In addition, it has a paper dispenser and a cartridge slot for ink. On the contrary, the Chinese typewriter is a behemoth. Um, as shown in the picture. It comes with a tray bed that has 4 to 7,000 character stamps. The Chinese typewriter does not have a keyboard, but a lever for the typist to maneuver. It has a cartridge and paper dispenser, just like its counterpart, the English typewriter. In terms of the Chinese typewriter character stamps, since the Chinese is not an alphabetic language, fitting thousands of character stamps in a tray bed is impractical, so Chinese typists had to painstakingly analyze thousands of commonly used characters. It ranged 3 to 4,000 of them in predicted pattern. What about the complicated usage of Chinese typewriter? The Chinese typewriter arranged character stems in a certain predicted pattern. Chinese typists need to get familiar with the sequence of character in the tray pad, and they would need to operate the lever to pick up a character, ink onto the paper, and return it to its original place. Um, so then we're going to talk about a more modernized version of the Chinese typewriter. The main Kuai is an electromagnetic Chinese typewriter. This is the second generation of Chinese typewriter that comes with a keyboard and is more modernized and easier to use. Typists can select characters by pressing two keys to choose their desired character arranged after sequential order in Chinese dictionary. And then we're gonna see how pinyin works with the quirky keyboard that we use in English. Since the inception of pinyin, also known as the Romanized pronunciation tool for Chinese, Chinese character can be digitized seamlessly into the modern computer. People can simply type the Romanized letter corresponding to the Chinese character in the dictionary to get the Chinese character they want. And then there's another alternative to pinyin tool is called the Ruby. This is instead of typing Romanized letters, you would type um, letters that correspond to a character components. In our case, we have VB together. The two key together would made up the word how, which is good. And then as to pinging a mobile platform, using the keyboarding system on your phone, you can literally type the three character letters um, HAO, then you can get a series of characters suggested for you. And how is happens to be one of the first one, and it's actually very accurate. Um, and then there's also the predictive system used in handwriting canvas keyboarding software, where the keyboarding uses some kind of machine learning tool to predict the series of character or words or letters that you try to predict that matches your drawing on the canvas, literally. Uh, and this is what the keyboarding tool use. And then, in summary, the invention of Chinese typewriters serves as the forerunner of the predictive techniques that makes typing Chinese character easy in digital age. And its predictive technique using English keyboard software also helps streamline the process of typing on in a small screen mobile phone. Thank you.